Hey everyone, I'm in some random parking lot somewhere in Orlando with my friend Mark. He wanted to go into Kellyco to look at metal detectors, so I thought I'd take this opportunity to talk to y'all for a second. I had a question that came up, and today is a great day to answer this. Today is the day after the election, and still don't know who, but don't know nothing. And what the question that came up is there's a lot of anxiety and a lot of upset and just uncertainty in the world. So what do we do with it? How do we get over it? I don't understand it. Explain it. So what my thing was that I want to talk about is, what do we do with anxiety? And I want to tell you a story. This would have been, 2000, I think. Early 2000, I had been, I got a good spot here. I had been working in computers. I switched out of medicine and became a network engineer. And at this time, 99, 2000, this was the tech boom. You were making money hand over fist. The tech bubble, if you think back, is what it was called. And it burst. And I was working for a company and got laid off. First time in my life I'd ever been laid off or fired. And, it was a little embarrassing. I didn't share it, but, it's what it was. So I was looking for jobs, and at this time, every tech guy out there was out of work. Every tech guy was looking for a job. And I could not find a job to save my life. I had my certification, an MCSE, but that didn't mean nothing. You had, and this was true, not an exaggeration, 500 people would apply for one help desk position. You make $10 an hour, and these are guys that had way more certifications, way more educated than I was. And so I couldn't find nothing. So what I did is I went and I decided to start my own company. So this would have been, I guess, spring of 2001. And I took 6 months and I was gonna do help desk for individuals. Businesses had them, government, military had them. So I thought, who do individuals go to? You take your computer into a store or shop. And they had some fly-by-night guys that were doing this, but took advantage of people. So there wasn't anything out there like Geek Squad there is today, Geeks on Call, none of that. So I do my market research. I'm gonna market this to individual homeowners, focus on older retired people because they were getting into their computers. August 1st, 2001, I open up. I got one call. So I have no job, running out of money, almost ran out of money, and no prospects. At the time, my friend I'm with, Mark, had gotten me into running. And what I would do is I would run and I would pray out loud. Kind of neat, but he showed me the joy of running again. And actually showed me the joy of praying. It was really, really neat. So a couple weeks goes on, month goes on, still have no job. Still have no prospects, still can't make money. And it's like, I don't know what to do, man. So you talk about anxiety and worry? I had it. I did my devotion. And what a devotion is for all my non-Christian friends, non-church friends, it's just like Bible reading, meditation, if you will. And the verse that I read was in Philippians 4, 6, and 7. And what it says in the King James, it says, be careful for nothing. In other words, it says, don't worry. Don't worry about stuff. Don't worry about anything. Be careful for nothing, but by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, make a request made known unto God. So it says, tell God what you want. Prayer and supplication. It's like, don't beat around the bush. God, I'm worried. God, I'm scared. God, I want this. God, do that. Help me. It's really direct. Be careful for nothing, but by prayer and supplication, let your requests be made known unto God. And it says, with thanksgiving. Thank God. Give him a thank you. Thank him for what he's already done. So I go out, I go for a run, and I kind of like threw down a gauntlet to God, man. I challenged him. I said, all right, fine. You want me to thank you? I'll do it. I never knew how far I ran. I always just ran, talked to God. When I was finished talking to him, that's when I stopped. This particular day, I can remember the trail I went down. I was down through the woods along the power lines in Kingstown, Springfield, Virginia. I don't know how long I ran, but I start running, and I'm like, when I tell God, it's like, all right, thank you. I'll thank you. So I start off, thank you for giving me the ability to run. Thank you for introducing me to my friend. Thank you for letting me have this time together. Thank you for the sunshine, and then it goes on. Thank you for how you've taken care of me so far. Thank you for a great and wonderful wife. Thank you for our daughter, who was still a great girl, but who was a wonderful kid at that time. And what I realized after I ran, probably 45 minutes, an hour, all this stuff that I was worried about got already taken care of. And I was like, wow. So it's kind of a revelation to me, a reminder I had forgotten. The other part of this story, right after this, at lunchtime, I had a friend who wanted to talk to me. He had some stuff on his mind he wanted to get some advice on. I had $10 in my pocket. I was out of gas in my car. I could take him to lunch and figure out later what I was going to do for gas, or I could buy gas and blow off lunch. So what I did, I went to lunch, and God not only reminded me that he was in charge of stuff after I thanked him, he hit me over the head to emphasize the fact. We went to a restaurant, Chipotle. Chipotle was new. Went to Chipotle for lunch. You want to take me there? Never been there. Kind of neat. You guys know Chipotle. I get my stuff, go up to the register, tell my friend, and I'm like, hey man, this is my first Chipotle experience. I'm kind of looking forward to this. It looks really good. The manager overhears me say that, and he says, hey, this is your first time here? And I'm like, yes, sir. And he said, lunch is on me. Enjoy it. And tell me what you think. He said, enjoy it. So not only did I remember thank yous, and God's taking care of stuff, don't worry. He knocked me upside the head to emphasize the point. So, my lesson is, what do we do with all this worry, anxiety, stuff going on today? We had the election. There's a lot of unknowns. There's a lot of upset. I hear my Christian brothers and sisters say and write, yes, I know God is in control, but I know that he appoints, leaders, but there is no but. Give it to God. And don't forget to say thank you for what he has already done. And I would say for my atheist and agnostic friends, have a heart of thankfulness. It changes things. I pray that you would see this in my life and other Christians. Ask, open your hearts, and let have that conversation. Find out why we have this peace, because I didn't tell you the rest of this verse. Philippians 4:6 says, let your requests be made known unto God, or be careful for nothing, but with prayer and supplication, by prayer and supplication, with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known unto God. Verse 7 is the promise. And the peace of God, which passes all understanding, shall keep your hearts and minds in Christ Jesus. Don't worry about stuff, but give it to God with thanksgiving. Thank him for what he's already done. And what you get is peace that doesn't make sense. It just is. So for all of us, let this be a reminder. It's a lot of stuff going on, a lot of anxiety, and good reason for it. Thank God for what He's always done, and tell Him what's on your heart. Be direct. And remember that peace that comes from all this. Hope that helps. This has been a long one, but it's important. So that's why I want to share it with you. Guys, for all the updates and all the news and all the cool stuff we got going on, FL Compass Church. We're on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter. And for all the updates, check us out, www.flcompasschurch.org. Be blessed, and check back Saturday. We're going to talk a little more about Jonah. What did he do while he's waiting there, sitting to be whatever? While he's in the belly of the big fish, waiting to be digested. We'll find out. Have a great week, and we'll see you Saturday.